Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Joe here again, and today we're gonna play with the Kubota again. As you can see, we'll kind of take a look at what we're gonna be doing. So far, here's what I am doing. You can see all this fresh mud area. I am clearing out the right side of the driveway. I'm gonna get rid of most of the trees, pretty much anything smaller than like 6 inches in diameter or something like that. So this is what I have done so far. Here's what it kind of looks like before I started. Just to give you an idea, it's pretty thick, a bunch of little saplings and overgrowth and whatnot. So yeah, pretty much I want to get it to kind of more like a park-like setting with just the more mature trees, I would say. So yeah, we'll get started on that. All right, before we get started, I am filming this guy on a new camera today. We are using the new DJI Osmo Action. So we're gonna give this guy a shot. Kind of neat little camera. It's got, GoPro size. And the main difference why I grabbed it is it's got this little front camera. Or front screen, I should say. So that's a little plus over the GoPro. So you can kind of switch it between. So now it's on the back. Pretty fancy. So yeah, if this video sucks, you can blame it on this guy. That little camera right there. I mean, more than likely it's my fault. But we'll blame this guy. So yeah, we will get started then. Fancy. Little disclaimer on all this stuff here. I don't know what I'm doing. So more than likely, everything's going to be done incorrectly. So, I mean, you can tell me. But just assume that I'm going to do it wrong. So I wouldn't do it how I do it. I'll try and be somewhat safe, but yeah, I have no idea how to do this. So this should be pretty interesting for you guys. That's my new little Kubota. I don't actually have an idea of what I'm doing when it comes to tractor stuff, lawn care, landscaping, anything like that. So you get to watch an idiot at work. Here is, I've pulled like 7 or 8 trees so far. Here's 3 stumps. Just kind of rip those out with the backhoe. What we're gonna do is that tree there, the dead one, that one's gonna go. But I think I'm gonna start over here first. Sasha, get back here. Sasha, come on. Get down here. But yeah, I'm going to start over here and go a little further in. Like for instance, those 2 trees will go. All this stuff will go. That one may go in the future, but we'll save that for now. That one will stay. Yeah, we'll get to work here. All right, so my plan of attack is to just kind of take the bucket there and push over the brush and then deal with the outcome. So yeah, but we're at 11.5 hours on this guy, so let's get it fired up and get going. Right away here, I ran into a pretty good sized rock. It was just beneath the surface, picked it up as I was kind of digging down. Fought me a little bit getting it out of the hole here that it was in. I obviously kind of new to this whole tractor loader experience, but I couldn't quite get this one to go back into the bucket, curling it on my own there. So as you'll see here, I just kind of push it out of the way for the first little bit, get it up further away so I can get some more little saplings cleared out. My whole game plan here was to just keep the bucket low, and you can see I dipped into the hole there where the rock was. But whole game plan was to keep the bucket low and just kind of rip those guys out of the soil. I don't know, for what it was, worked pretty well. I think tooth bar make a big difference, kind of grab in there and dig. But yeah, here you see I had to get out and use a shovel to pry the rock into the bucket. So we got that out. Alright, so that one took a little bit to dig out. It was right there, as you can see from the video. That's a pretty good sized rock. Picked it up no problem. Doesn't even seem to be working in the hydraulics at all, but I couldn't quite get it to sit in the bucket the way it was laying on the ground, so I kind of had to roll it in by hand. But we're gonna go run it up to the rock pile here. Alright, so just to give you an idea of the layout of the land here, there is a bunch of limestone. That's a bluff there. These are some of the rocks that I've pulled out of the ground, or ran into, I should say, over in that little section that I'm clearing out. Yeah. It is pretty muddy down there today, so I don't know how much I'll get accomplished. Not getting a whole lot of traction, but we'll continue on. Here's a quick little time lapse of me chopping some of those little trees down. I kind of learned the first couple days playing around to leave 18-24 inches of stump left in the ground. Kind of makes it easier as a leverage point if I need to pry on it with the bucket to loosen up the roots in the soil. So yeah, I drug them all over into one little pile just so I can go after them later. Alright, as you saw there, I got the chainsaw out, cut up a few of those smaller little trees, and now I'm going to get in here with the backhoe and yank those guys out. Back here is the pile of tree debris. I'll use this little Earthquake Menards chipper that you saw me drop out of the bucket earlier and get most of the small stuff over there chipped up. The rest of it, I'll get a little closer, but I have a pretty big pile of limbs and trees sitting over here. Some there, majority of it right there. So this is where the septic field is on my property, and when I moved in, they had to replace that. And this yard was all overgrown with trees. So that right there is the aftermath of that. We're gonna get a bigger chipper in here once I have more of it piled up and get that all chipped up. And then I'll throw that down for some ground cover. Yeah, so we'll get the backhoe up over there and start popping some out. Here's another little time lapse. This is digging up the stumps here. I kind of sped this one up. This one took 13-14 minutes in real time, but I figured you guys didn't want to sit and watch a 2-hour video, so I kind of cheated here a little bit. As you see on the first stump there, I was able to just one swipe pull that out. Sure beats a shovel. Something similar would probably take me 30 minutes by hand. I feel like I've been averaging somewhere around 3 minutes a stump in the mixture I've been doing. That's 2.5 inch to 4 inch trees so far. Haven't tackled anything much bigger than that. I got a few 6-8 inch ones I need to take out, so we'll see how those pull out. And if you see there, the Kubota seat's pretty easy to spin around. That's kind of a neat little feature on this little backhoe. Alright, so got the stumps out, as you saw there. People's favorite term on YouTube. As you can see, had people complain about me using that before. I'm going to continue to use it. Seems like the normal thing to say. Yeah, as you can see, got those stumps out. They're all gone. I got a pile of them there, one there. So we're going to collect those, toss them in the bucket, and go throw them over in the chipper pile. Woo! Stump. Little stump. Another little stump. That was a good sized one there. Oh, I think we can fit it. Good enough. So here we are lifting those stumps up, going across the yard there, dumping them into the chipper pile. It was pretty wet out today. Had a good amount of rain last night, and yet the R4 industrial tires didn't tear up the yard at all, which is kind of nice. I wouldn't be scared. I mean, I don't have a nice yard, so if you have a perfectly manicured one, the turf tires would probably be a little bit better, but I haven't had any real issue yet with this guy mowing or running across the yard. As long as you're reasonable and try and not get a ton of wheel spin on the grass. And I usually try and roll when I'm turning instead of just turning when you're stopped. Yeah, here I am just pushing more of the saplings over, and I'm kind of digging some of them up and piling them up towards the hill, and that's going to be the edge of what I'm cleaning out in this area. And there I am kind of back dragging it to smooth it out a little bit. I'm going to use the box blade to get that a little bit better, but that was just for the time being. All right, so that's probably as far as I'm gonna get on the actual clearing with the tractor today. A little muddy, so it didn't get as much traction. I have a box blade sitting at the shop, so after I get a little more cleared out, I'm gonna bring that in and try and do some leveling with this. And I'll go through and pick out the rest of the little saplings that are still in the ground. There is a couple. I'm sure there's a way better way to do this. I'll figure it out as I go, kind of learning here. But I also have a BX expanded, I think that's how you say it, BX expanded, Piranha tooth bar and mechanical thumb showing up this week. And I'm curious to see how that tooth bar with its little serrated edge does ripping this stuff up and these little saplings. I think it's going to be way better. So we're going to go and chip up that other stuff, and we'll kind of give you a after shot of where we got today after I'm done with that. So we'll do a quick little time lapse that I won't make you watch a long section of me ramrodding some stuff in there. What I have is a little 3-inch chipper shredder from Menards. I bought that a couple years ago before I got the tractor, so I'm kind of on the lookout for a PTO mounted wood chipper. I think I can do like a 4-inch capacity one. So I'm just kind of cruising Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, seeing if something pops up there. It's not a real big need for me right at the moment, but if one of those pops up, we'll grab that. But yeah, so after this we'll install the tooth bar and the mechanical thumb on the backhoe. That should be can't talk. That should make picking those stumps out quite a bit easier. Yeah, although all these like 3-inch stumps are actually pretty quick. I mean, you can see I'll do one in real time, I think, so you would have already saw that, and it goes pretty quick. So overall, pretty happy. I know there's way better ways to get this accomplished, but I'm having fun. This is kind of a toy to me, so it is what it is. I know I could have someone come in, pay someone to come do it, but this is actually kind of therapeutic for me. So yeah, we'll get going on chipping. So like I said, I've had this wood chipper for a couple years. Works pretty good, 3-inch capacity. The only problem I have is it's got like a 12-inch chute and it's 3 inches the whole way down. So unless you have perfectly straight trees, it's not really a 3-inch capacity. But I don't know about you, but 95% of my trees are not growing straight. So that's something to consider when you buy one of these smaller chipper shredders. But for what it is, it works well, and I don't have to go rent something for the little projects like this. All right, so there, everything is shredded or chipped or whatever. Right there is the pile of stuff that wouldn't fit in the chipper, and Sasha here is on a pile of chips. As you can see, we did a fair amount. It does a decent job chipping stuff up. The long strands are from the stuff I threw on the top in the shredder. The chips are from the little chipper port. So there is all those. Well, let's take a look at where we got. So, see, there's a little more mud visible. Got all the way back. See, we'll get the sport bike coming up the hill here. Obviously doing the speed limit. But yeah, it's pretty rough. Like I said, I got a box blade sitting in the shop that I'll do over all this, kind of clean it up. Those two trees are probably going to go, but right there, that is where I'm going to stop. That's where the hill starts. I'm just going to leave it go from there. So I just got a little bit more to clean up over here. Do some around the trees, but overall I think we're making some progress. There was a little over 2 hours there worth of work. So we'll kind of give an overview. I got to do this section down there yet. I'm kind of working my way down. But yeah, we'll start at the bottom here and kind of give you the difference in the way it looks. So as you're coming up, you kind of see where we're going to make a difference here. So this is all not touched yet. This is pretty similar to how the stuff was before I started clearing it out. And there we go. Getting a lot more open. A lot more sun down there, and hopefully these more mature trees, I mean some of them are dead, but the ones that are alive will be a little healthier with a little more room to grow. They're kind of getting choked out here. There's a lot of stuff growing. We're going to get rid of that bush mess there and that dead tree. That's next up. And here is where the trail into the woods is going to start. So we're going to kind of follow this on up. It'll go right up that area, and I think I got somewhere around a mile. We'll do some groom trail and some single track stuff. Have my own little running mountain biking setup. Yeah, so there is where we got it today. If you want to see the difference that the Piranha tooth bar and the BX expanded mechanical thumb are going to make, we'll play with that in the next video. But for now, we're going to have to clean this guy up. But yeah, mechanical thumb just goes right into the factory spot on the backhoe there, and it's adjustable. So we'll be able to pinch some stuff. Eventually, I'd like to get a grapple for this guy. I don't have the skid steer quick attach. The local dealer had this one in stock without it, and I wanted to stay local, so he gave me a pretty good deal on this guy, so I can't complain. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying the Kubota. Sasha and Honey are enjoying it too, I think. I get to be outside more when I'm playing with it. But yeah, we're going to keep clearing this guy out, digging some more stumps, but yeah, we're going to see the difference it makes with the tooth bar and the thumb. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for killing a little time with me.